football being the most crazy sport out there as far as consistency, injuries happen on the field. The refs can change the game like nobody's business. One call can change the whole thing. Coordinators can find weaknesses on a team and expose it and overthrow a better team. Guys can just play out of their minds. The game is never assured for a victory. I mean, odds tend to favor heavily some teams over others, but it's never 100% ever, 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 ever. But while I'll never say a team will win, I will say a team should win. And this week, given the report, the day 2 injury report on Thursday for the Bills, it demands the Dolphins win this game. And it's going to put into focus kind of the keys I have going into this game, and it's going to even raise it higher. And it's going to really shine a light of good things on these areas, or it's going to put a very heavy hammer on the hopes that these areas can be fixed. Now, I'm going to read the list of injuries. I mean, Dolphins have their own injuries. They're not free. Xavier Howard has a groin thing. That's a big deal. But the injuries the Dolphins have is nothing compared to what I saw today. So before I get into all that, show you the injuries and give my 2 cents, I want to give a shout out to you guys for stopping by here. There's going to be a quick one, but I thank you for stopping by, for the likes and subscribes, comments, definitely the comments. But I also want to give you a quick shout out to Asperhead, my sponsor, because without you guys and without them, Curtis ain't doing this. No way, no how. Asperhead's betting software is the premier white label platform for bookies to manage their players and grow their sportsbook operation. Click the link in the description below to get set up in minutes. Ask for the Curtis promo and get a special introductory discount. All right, I had my Buffalo Bills friend up in Rochester. Did you see the injuries? I said, no, man. I was like, no. He's like, oh, man, he gave me the list of injuries that the Bills have. I was like, really? Some of them I expected. But really, I saw them all and I went to look at the list. It's really going to be a tough job for the Bills to come in and face this offense. Now, Gabe Davis, big one. He missed last week. He's going to be playing. Still a little gimpy, but he'll play. Gilliam, the running back, he's going to play. Micah Hyde, neck. 2 practices he missed. It's a neck. They ain't messing with that. He is not playing. Dane Jackson, thank God he is okay. But he is okay in the sense there's nothing permanent, nothing serious, but he's missing again this game with the neck. These 2 guys, they're not messing around with. You're going to see them probably get the extra week for rest because they don't want to jeopardize these kids' lives and also the long term. So these are going to be injuries at a baby. This week, they won't play, and that's a big deal. Micah Hyde's one of the best safeties in the league, and Dane Jackson's one of the best corners, nickel corners in the league. And then you add Tre'Davious White is out, so that's 3 big players. Now, Mitch Morris is limited. That's not, but they got backups there. That offensive line is very deep. Ed Oliver, he's been limited, but he's going to play, but it's an ankle, and, you never know when that thing's going to pop up, but he's playing. But then Jordan Phillips, he's a big piece for you guys. I mean, he's literally a big piece, but he's also a big piece in that interior because the interior is an area where I think that Miami could be exposed by a guy like Phillips, who's just powerful, quick, and big. But he hasn't practiced 2 practices with the hamstring, which he injured last week against the Titans. So it doesn't look like he's going to make it. I don't think if he missed, maybe he's an off shot, like an outside chance for tomorrow, but it's not really great. Hamstrings or big guys like that, that's a big piece. Jordan Poyer, foot, limited yesterday, did not practice today. Now, he can come out limited tomorrow because they're babying it into it. But Poyer is one of the best, along with Hyde. And if it's a foot, he ain't going to be 100%. So you have less than 100% Poyer. You don't have Hyde. You don't have Jackson. You don't have White. That's taking out tons of talent from the Bills' secondary. Now, they got other guys in there, rookies, but this is a gutted secondary. And with what we saw the Dolphins do against the Ravens, this is exasperated matchup here. Now, this is why I say it's a must win. I don't think we're going to win because these guys are out, because it comes down to the very number one principle of pressure. Pressure enhances, or lack of pressure diminishes a secondary. Okay? So Bills still have loads of talent. They got Rousseau, they got Vaughn, Oliver's going to be playing, they got Daquan. They've got guys. They got Shaq Lawson. They've got guys that can come in here and still generate pressure, a lot of them. And the offensive line of the Dolphins is the key. It's been the key all season. Week 1, it was disastrous. We won with pressure up the yin-yang. Second week, wasn't pretty for 3 quarters, and then somehow everything came together. Was it the offensive line getting it together, making some key plays, or the Ravens getting tired or not good enough? You could say this, that, or whatever. This right here is going to put everything on this offensive line to give Tua the same amount of time as he had against the Ravens. If they can do that, without a doubt, the secondary is getting exposed. How could it not? I mean, if it doesn't, and these rookies all of a sudden, shut down Hill and Waddle, then, hallelujah, this is unbelievable franchise that's going to go through, time memorials, one of the greatest franchises ever. Reality says that Hill and Waddle are going to be able to victimize this secondary to a pretty solid degree if they can get the protection. Will they get the protection? Is the offensive line turn a corner, or is it going to go turn back to a pumpkin? That's the key. Now, because the secondary is injured, it does open up for this defense of the Dolphins having to kind of make this a slower kind of game, try to slow down Allen a little bit so this offense can get going and take off. So you're going to have to get protection. You're going to have to generate pressure. You're going to have your secondary that's been very porous step up. And these three keys are going to determine. But the primary weakness of the Bills right now is that secondary. The primary strength of the Dolphins is their receiving group and quarterback. The bridge between these two is A, for the Bills, the pass rush, and for the Dolphins, the offensive line to stop the pass rush so the quarterback and the receivers can slice, dice, and turn the Bills into Swiss cheese. I said at the beginning of the year, Chris Grier deserves heavy praise with the way he's built this team and kind of loosely put together this offense, relied on his draft picks. This is a game that's going to pull the meter one way or the other. I don't know which way it's going to go. I have concerns of Eichenberg. I've got concerns of Little. Yeah, he played okay. He played pretty good. I got concerns about the unit as a whole working together. Sometimes Connor, he's been good. He has struggled a little bit. Sometimes he's pretty good. I got concerns about Hunt picking up those stunts and the switches and the swaps and getting beat on speed moves. If they can play well as a unit, if certain elements could step up and give Tua just a little bit of time, then we could see the Dolphins 3-0. Could. This adds a lot of juice. It adds a lot of juice to the Dolphins to have to win, and it kind of gives a little bit of open door if the Bills don't win. Josh Allen's a huge variable, obviously. But we can't take this secondary apart now. When will we? So this is now, if it shapes up to be the way it's looking now, especially if Poirier doesn't play, this is a should win. We should win. And if not, it should be a big disappointment. Not in the grand scheme of things, because for my belief, second in the division and playoffs. I never thought we could challenge the Bills this year. We get this win, and it makes it very, very interesting. I was shooting for next year with the extra draft picks and time to gel and all this other stuff. So it's not a death sentence for the season, but it surely is. The AFC is signed, sealed, and delivered to the Bills if they take this one. Anyway, just a quick one here. There was really good news, and I want to get it out fast. So as Curtis saying, Dolphins, the door's open. Bills fans, there's a lot of mitigating factors for you. This is going to be a very interesting game between two teams, two hungry franchises and their fans for many reasons. Looking forward to this matchup. And this has just added some juice for me as a Fin fan and for my evaluations of this team and the leadership. Very interesting stuff. See how it plays out. That's why they play the game. Who knows what could happen? Could end in a tie. Curtis saying, catch you next time. Be well. Go Phins. Start building your own online sportsbook today by getting signed up with acebread.com service that'll allow you to book action on sports from all around the world.